What's cracking, everybody? Hello and welcome to my super chill set review, where we're going to go through all the cards from Zendikar Rising and tell you if they are good or poop. That's going to be my determination. If a card is good or not is if it's good or poop, pretty much. So don't expect any like S tier, A tier, B tier, whatever the heck the tiers are, and I don't know what those things are. Not gonna get super into the details like that. I'm gonna try and fend off this cat that is just fuzzy butting his way onto my desk, getting in the way of my stuff. Hello, Riot. As you can see by his ginormous tail, this is why I call him Fuzzy Butt. Because when he wants the love, he's gonna come and get it. Okay. Allied Assault. Up to 2 target creatures get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. This is cool for party. Party's going to be an interesting thing, especially for draft. So I'm wondering if we'll see, you know, if there's a lot of party cards going by. You know, if it's kind of like the cycling from Ikoria. If that's going to be as prevalent, being like, oh, everyone's forgetting about party. Let's grab the party cards. Let's party hard. Super cool if you're playing party stuff. I don't know how good party decks are going to be in Constructed, so I'm just going to start that off so I don't repeat it like every single time I get to a party card. Not sure if it's going to be playable in Constructed. Could be a cutesy, I don't know, Brawl or Commander type deck or whatever. But yeah, it's fine if you're playing party stuff. Angel of Destiny, Flying Double Strike. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. At the beginning of your end step, if you have at least 15 or more life, then your starting life total, each player Angel of Destiny attacked this turn loses the game. Right, that's pretty nasty. One cool thing you could do with Double Strike, there's a few cards in Commander where you can change where an attacking creature is going. So with Double Strike, you could take out 2 players at once. That's kind of cheeky. Kind of cheeky, I like it. What is this song? Let's make that music go away quickly. Give me 1 second, chat. How is that a good idea? That music's not a good idea. Riot, dude. Pineapple Dance is what that song's called. Yeah, no. I'm trying to find, like, just good playlists, and they're not giving me those. Alright. Yes, Angel Destiny, back with some better music, and, no weird Pineapple Dance song stuff. Angel Destiny is a very good card. Like I said, there are some fancy ways in Commander to make it go to different places during combat, but, yeah, for the most part, this card's pretty bomby. For 5 mana, a 2/6, you're definitely gonna want this if you're in white, so... I like the look of it. I like the look of it, especially for the life gain decks. This is a good card. This is good, not poop. Yes. Angel Heart Protector. When this enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. That's pretty neat if you got like a... I don't know, like a life linker or something you need to attack in, and... it's fine. That's a decent card in the 3-drop slot for limited. Not really going to see play in Constructed. Archon of Emeria, Flying. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell per turn. That is rude. Non-basic lands enter tapped. Nice. Okay, so your opponent controls. I'm also going to skip through a few words in the description, so don't. It's super chill, right? So don't get too cross with me if I say something wrong. Non-basic lands your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped. So this is kind of like a good card for prison decks. I think this will probably see play more so in Constructed than Limited. Limited is still very good. 3 mana 2/3, you're fine with that, and your opponent can't do more than 2 things per turn. Sure, why not? Probably wouldn't raise it really highly if I was an aliasV, not an aliasV, but I can see this being played in both formats. Seems good. Seems good. Archpriest of Iona. Okay, Archpriest's power is equal to the number of creatures in your party. So you got a 1 mana 1/2. Immediately, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty neat because it counts itself. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 and flying until end of turn. So this gets better the more party members you have. So could make for a really powerful card in Limited. And if you want to do it in Constructed or Brawl or something, then sweet. What's up, Seth? How are ya, friends? How you guys doing? Welcome on in to all of our Twitch friends. If you guys have anything drastic to say about these cards, do tag me, at me in chat so I can see. Attended Healer, 2, 3, 4, 4. Whenever you gain life for the first time, create a 1/1 cat. Okay, immediately cat, it's immediately good. Another target cleric gains lifelink on a turn. That's neat. For cat tribal, I'd play this. Cats and clerics? Sure, why not? Okay, I divulge though. But yes, in a tribal cat deck, this could be pretty cool if you're playing like cores and clerics or the crazy cat ladies and their friends. The crazy cat ladies and their feline friends. Yes. I need to be impartial. It's hard when there's cats involved. You wanna look up the cat token? It's super cute. Okay. I'll be surprised when I see the cat token, when I crack it in paper. Canyon Jerboa, landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Don't love it. For 3 mana, it's a 1/2. Sure, it can be a lord effect when you play a land. I don't know, I'm gonna go with poop on that one. It's cute, but that's about it. Unrelated, Fall Guys skin for crowns is a robot cat. I don't have any crowns though, sorry. Alright, Cliffhaven Sellsword, it's a 3/1 for 2. What would expect to see of the commons? Meh, it's very unremarkable. Sure, play it if you want to. Dauntless Unity. Kicker. 2, so for 4 mana, you can give your creatures +2/+1 instead of +1/+1. Creatures you control get ++1. Spells kicked, gets +2/+1. Meh. It's kind of meh. It's kind of like, what's that card from Ixalan? Similar thing, where if you have the City's Blessing, it's +2/+2. Otherwise, it's +1/+1. Similar. Not the same, but meh. Kind of like, okay, fine. If you're playing a big go-wide deck, sure, play that. Disenchant. Reprint, we all know what that does. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cool. Sideboard card. Emeria Captain. Pride of Conquerors. Thank you. There we go. Good job, chat. Good job. Pretty sure you on the YouTubes know what that was too. Flying in Vigilance. When Emeria Captain enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on it for each creature in your party. Don't love it unless you're heavy on party. Expedition Healer. As lifelink as long as you control another cleric. That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of clerics on Zendikar, so having vigilance and lifelink, that's pretty neat. I like that. It's a good common. Farsight Adept. When this enters the battlefield, you and target opponent each draw a card. It's a 3/3 for 3. You get a card, your opponent gets a card. You kind of got to live with that if you want to play a 3/3 for 3 and draw cards in white, which doesn't happen often, so yeah, okay, fine. It's fine. Jesper Epsing. I've seen their art before, but this is just phenomenal. Okay, this card just gets 10 out of 10 for being ridiculous. This is the best thing I've seen. Okay, it's a 1/1 for 2. And whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Fearless Fledgling. It gains flying to end of turn. Great card. I love this. I would play this every single time. If I saw this in a pack and there was a shitty rare, I would take this card. It's so good. Not just for the fact that it makes me laugh my ass off, but yeah, I like that. Felidar Retreat. I like this card. Alright, this one's sweet. I know I like this one. Whenever land enters the battlefield on your control, you choose one. You can either create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token or put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance till end of turn. This is dope. In a white deck? Yeah, man, I'm all for it. Like a Selesnya even? Yes. Putting 1/1 counters on your creatures just by playing a land? Heck yes. I love this card. Very nice. Journey to Oblivion. Looks like someone ran through a wall. I'm guessing they did. Or Truman. The Truman Show ran through it. Oh no, you broke our reality. The spell costs 1 less cost for each creature in your party. When this enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Right, so this is kind of like the the typical 5 mana white removal. You know, you'd expect to see this on like a common though. Uncommon, you'd want it to be cheaper, so hopefully you are priced into the whole party nonsense, and then yeah, you can exile stuff, so it's fine if you're playing party stuff. Kabira Outrider. When this enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature in your party. sure, fine. It's like, well, you know, typical 4 mana buff card. If sure, it's a filler card for draft. Headsail Cleric. Ooh, a 1 mana 1/1 that flies. I love it. Also has a kicker. When this enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, tap up to 2 target creatures. I'm less interested in the kick cost of this. I'm more interested in the, yes, it's a 1 mana flyer. You know, Herald the Healer's Hawk rotates out, so this is pretty good for like I want to pump up my team, get a bunch of creatures down, and then go kind of decks. Core Blade Master. Double strike. Equipped warriors you control have double strike. That's kind of neat. If you're priced into warriors and stuff, you know, you could make a warrior tribal deck with equipment and stuff. The new Nahiri, well, the Nahiri Planeswalker kind of looks pretty cool. So Boros stuff, I'd see that in a Boros equipment deck for sure. Core Celebrant. Whenever a Core Celebrant or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Nice. A 1/4 for 3 mana. Sure. Yeah, I can dig that in a life gain deck. That's pretty neat. You know, Daxos into this kind of thing. I like it. Not saying it's the best, but still pretty decent. What's a Tenshu? Flying. When a Legion Angel enters the battlefield, you may reveal a card you own named Legion Angel from outside the game and put it into your hand. Right, so this helps you fetch. So it's not so much limited, but in limited, a 4/3 for 4 that flies is pretty good. If you have 2 of these, then my goodness, you're the luckiest. I'm not sure. Like in Angel Tribal, I'm just trying to think. I don't know, it's kind of meh. I think there's way better things you want to be doing on 4, like Shall I, if you're playing Angel Tribal and anything. Because there's not that many angels in Standard right now, so yeah, this one's kind of meh. You know, just stats alone is fine. Its ability is kind of crappy, though. If you're running 1 in the main, you'd run 3 in the side. Yeah. But why would you want this on turn 4? I don't know if Standard is ever being kind enough lately for that to be the most powerful thing you can do on turn 4. Luminarch Aspirant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Yes. Yes, please. So you have a 2/2 that keeps getting bigger. A 2/2 on turn 3, though. Well, yes, this becomes a 2/2 if you wanted to make it. At combat. That's cool. I like that a lot. I like putting counters on things, so I like this a lot. You don't have to do anything else. You don't need a land or whatever. It's just like, triggered ability. I'm gonna put a counter on something. Like they're gonna be me. Ox. Hello. McKindy Ox. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. Sure, I like that. It's kind of like that Constellation Horse from Theros. Sure. This could find a spot in a limited deck. Not so much Standard, though. Maul of the Skyclaves. Big stick. Enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control, gets +2/+2 flying and first strike. +2/+2 flying and first strike. Sure. Sure, why not? Equipment has never been good since I've been playing Magic, which is about 2.5 years. Coming up 3 years soon. Equipment's never been good. Unless it's Embercleave and you can cheat it out. So if there's anything that lets you cheat stuff like this out, then cool, go for it. But it's a little iffy otherwise. It's a little iffy otherwise, yeah, and to equip it is just redonkulous. So it costs as much as Embercleave is to cost, well, kind of. Embercleave 6? Yeah. So, that's expensive. Yeah, if you got ways to cheat it onto something, go for it. Otherwise, no, ignore. Misa Lynx, kiddo! As long as it's not your turn. Misa Lynx! Gets +0/+2. So it's a 2/3. When it's not, oh, that's really good. I like that. I like this. This is a good cat. That's a solid body. 2 mana. Nahiri's Binding. Enchant creature or planeswalker can't attack or block and can't activate its abilities. Nice. I like that. For removal in limited, that's solid. The price is a little bit meh. You know, I'd prefer it to be like a 2 and a white, but meh. That's fine. I like that. Paired Tactician, Human Warrior. When this and at least one other warrior attacks, put a 1/1 counter on Paired Tactician. That's cool, kind of like the I forgot the name of the card, but the attacking one where you need 3 things to attack. The Boros Legionnaire type. Yeah, you know what I mean. Kind of like that. Practice Tactics. Ooh, 1 mana. Choose attacking or blocking creature. Deals damage to that creature equal to twice the number of creatures in your party. Damn, that's a cool card for party stuff. Yeah, I like that. So again, it's kind of conditional. You have to have a creature down on the battlefield, but you know, if you do, that's kind of sweet. There's a lot of cool party stuff, and with the whole D&D set coming out next year, like, some of these cards are going to be pretty fun. Nice. Battalion? Yes. Makeshift Battalion, wasn't it? That's the one. That's the card I was thinking of. Pressure Point. Tap target creature, draw a card. Cool. Solid. Good for limited. Not going to play it in standard. My card! It's great. It's perfect. Best card of the set. Yes. Prowling Felidar. This is a cool kitty cat for 4 mana. In limited or in a cat tribal deck for sure. Vigilance, got landfall. You could put a 1/1 counter on it anytime a land enters the battlefield. And it's a 2/3, so good stats, gets better over time. I like it. Resolute Strike. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's a warrior, you may attach an equipment you control. Do it. That's kind of cool. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you get expensive, stupid things, you just be like, hey, smack something, get to equip it for free. Nice. Sure. For equipments and whatnots, pretty decent. Otherwise, yeah. Seagate Banneret. Core Warrior. For 5, you can activate its ability. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. It's a 1/2, which I like in a 1-drop. And it's got a mana sink. But, yeah, that's like limited only. Sure, play with that in limited if you want to. Well, friends, think about 13 months. The bestest. Resolute Strike allows a turn 2 hammer in Historic. Yes, yes it does. That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's also a core warrior, which is cool, but I don't know. It's fine. Shepherd of Heroes. When this enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each creature in your party. Cool. Nice, nice payoff. Look, the cleric showed up. Oh, you're the cleric. Never mind. Very D&D-ish. Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield. Exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with CMC 4 or less. When this leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. So 4 or less. So they could get a 4/4 when this dies to a stomp. Okay, granted it does target anything. It's not just creatures. Yeah, you bounce the token. You say that. It's a bit of a downside. I don't know. It's not. It's not ideal for its rarity. And also, Baffling End. So Chatter comparing it to Baffling End, but Baffling End is an enchantment. Those don't get targeted very easily. This is gonna die. You know this is gonna die. So this should just read: when this dies, give your opponent a thing of CMC 4 or less. You know. I know it exiles permanently, but still, it still just feels like... I don't know. I don't dig it. Squad Commander. Creature Core Warrior. When this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white Core Warrior creature for each creature in your party. Creature token for each creature in your party. Cool. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, creatures you control get +1/0 and indestructible. Nice. Nice payoff for party stuff. Smite the Monstrous. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Something we expect to see in most sets. Good in limited. Tazim Raptor. When this enters the battlefield, you may return a target creature you control to its owner's hand. Cool, good for re-triggering landfall stuff. It's a 3 mana 2/2, which you expect to see at the common level, and the able to bounce the land if you're like flooding or something, getting landfall triggers. I like it for limited. Tazri, Beacon of Unity. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 of the things. 2 of the party members and or ally cards from among them and put them into your hand. Did we find out what ally is? What is ally again? Put the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. Ally is from previous Zendikar sets. Oh, okay. Ally's an old tribe, right? Okay. So this is for commander. Yeah. Okay. Party commander! Woo! Yeah. Nice. And you can play 5 colors of this. Cool. Cool for commander. Is this a buy box promo? No? You can draft this? Alright. Sweet. So, wait. So you either play 2-2-2-2 or blue, black, red, green? Is that right? So you either go 4 or 8 mana? This one's confusing me. You can split it however you want. Choose for each of the symbols. Oh, okay. That's cool. Nice. Cool. Alright, blue. Overall, I would give white not bad. Let's move on to blue. Anti-cognition. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell unless its controller pays 2. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell, then scry 2. So, from what I've seen so far, there's going to be a lot of milling stuff, milling enablers in this, especially in blue and black. So a lot of these cards are going to be dependent on how good of a mill deck you're making. And this card is kind of good. If you're milling, this is actually pretty damn good. For a common, that's, yeah. Creature, counter target creature or planeswalker spell, unless its controller pays 2. Alright. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell and scry 2. That's cool. In rogues, in the mill rogues-ness stuff, yeah, that's gonna be pretty sweet. Yeah, they can exile their graveyard with Uro, for sure. But like in limited, this shouldn't be that difficult to use. I think it's fine. Double Snare! It's an enchantment. When this enters the battlefield, if it was tapped... Sorry, if it was kicked, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Okay, so if you kick it, it taps immediately. If you don't, then it has to attack and then tap. Be permanently tapped. Okay. It's fine. It's kind of removal. When Cascade Seer enters the battlefield, scry X, where X is the number of creatures in your party. It's fine. It's kind of meh. Cheryx, the Raging Isle. Oh, it's a 4 mana 0/17. What? Spells your opponents cast that target this cost 2 more to cast. For 3 mana, Cheryx gets +X and -X, where X is the number of islands you control. Okay, we're fine. Right, so I was just saying, I was just doing math about how the crab could be, what, a 0/17. No, I've got this wrong. Wait, hang on. Math is hard after a long day of commentary, but 0/17, so you're playing on turn 4. On turn 5, you have 5 mana, hopefully. So it becomes a 5/12 for 3 mana. On turn 6, it can become a 6 the first time you pay 3. So 6/11, but then you pay 3 again. Can you do that? Yeah. A 6/11 and then a 12/5? And then it can't go more than that, otherwise it dies. 12/5 seems good. And then you just make it unblockable somehow and you win. Yeah, I'd play this. This card seems great. It seems silly, but it seems great. Target creatures get -4, -0 until end of turn. If you control a wizard, draw a card. So target creature gets -4, -0 until end of turn. I don't even know if I'd play this in limited, honestly. You have a lot of wizards as card draw and protect your face, so sure, but other than that, meh. Cleric of Chill Depths. Whenever Cleric of Chill Depths blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It's kind of like the the Snow Queen or Frost Bitch from Eldraine. Just without the bigger body, the 2/3, but that was a 3 mana spell, so I think. Yeah. That seems fine. That's playable if you're trying to do something else while your opponent's trying to smack you in the face. Like mill things. Concerted Defense. Target creature... What? Target... Words. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1, plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. Sure. Fine for party stuff. Personally, I'm not terribly excited about the whole party thing. But yeah. It's until end of turn. Oh yeah, no, I know the crab's till end of turn. Yeah, play the crab with Powering Defense or whatever it's called. It's a cheap counter. And if you just happen to have party members, then cool. Because chances are you'll have some form of creature. Again, it's just like, okay, fine. Confounding Conundrum. Cool. Whenever this enters the battlefield, draw a card. Sorry, when this enters the battlefield, draw a card. Whenever land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. Okay, so this shuts off Uro and Growth Spiral and Explore and all that stuff. So it's like, you can play one land. One land as per the rules, damn it! It's a good card. Sideboard, maybe? Sideboard for blue decks? If they're up against rampy nonsense. Because it's certainly not something that you want to just have in your main deck configuration, so sideboard card. You say it can help against landfall. Well, I mean, you don't want to do this to your opponent if they're a landfall deck, if they just get to re-trigger stuff. No. You don't want to play that there. Whenever you cast a kicked spell... Oh, sorry. Karlheim Chronicler. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, draw a card, then discard a card. Okay. When this enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards. You may reveal a card with kicker from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest... that's kind of meh. I don't like that. I'm also not super crazy about kicker. Kicker is nice, but you're never really going to be building a deck around kicker nonsense, so... meh. Cunning Geyser Mage, or Geyser Mage, whatever the heck you want to say it. For one, at first I thought this was their leg, so I just saw them like with this massively long leg sticking out here. I didn't see their boot there. I was just like, what the hell is wrong with your leg, dude? Anyway. When this enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return up to one other target creature to its owner's hand. Don't love it. Don't love it. A 3/2 for 3 is kind of like... shmee. It's fine. Deliberate. Scry 2, then draw a card. Seems fine. Expedition Diver. As long as you control another wizard, diviner has when this creature dies, draw a card. Flying 3/2 for 4 is fine. If you control another wizard, then sure. That's decent. Field Research. I like this art. Draw 2 cards. If the spell was kicked, draw 3 cards instead. So for 6 mana, I can draw 3 cards. I'd rather just play 2 of these. This is crap. This is a crap card. Ugh. Glacial Grasp. Tap target creature. Its controller mills 2 cards. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card. Sure. If you're playing mill, pick that up in limited. Inscription of Insight. Kicker 4. For 4 mana, you can go choose 1. If this spell was kicked, choose any number instead. Alright, you better be good. For 8 mana. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. Target player creates a XX blue illusion creature token where X is the number of cards in their hand. Okay, so you'd go in order then. You can make a pretty big illusion with this if you play everything. So if you return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands, so boom, bounce to hand, scry 2, draw 2. Boom, 4 more cards in hand. Target player creates an XX blue illusion token. So you could make a pretty big thing. But it's still kind of... yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see this in action, but it's interesting. I'm keen to see what you can do with this. Into the Royal. Kicker 2. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, draw a card. Sure. This is the Blink of an Eye's... what's it called, right? Predecessor. That's good. Blink of an Eye is always good. Jace, Middle Mage. When this enters the battlefield, if Jace was kicked, create a token that's a copy of Jace, except it's not legendary and its starting loyalty is 1. Scry 2. So with both of these idiots, you can scry 4. 5 mana. Draw a card and reveal it for its 0 ability. Remove a number of loyalty counters equal to that card's CMC cost from Jace Mirror Mage. Okay, so if you're playing like the mono blue devotion deck or something similar to that where everything's super cheap, it's not bad. If you draw lands, like it's a good way to filter through your library, right? And you can do that twice with 2 idiots. Yeah, it's a good utility card. In the blue deck. It's not as redonkulous as Teferi, I'll give it that. Flash flying 3/3 for 5. Sure, I'd play it. I'd play it in limited. Lol Mage Domination. The spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a creature whose controller has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, so mill payoff. Gain control of target creature with CMC costs X. Okay, so it's mill payoff. If you're playing a big dum-dum, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna steal it. 3 blue is tough though. Like this has to be just mono blue. The Fairy's Aegis Insight replaces the reveal so Jace doesn't lose loyalty. Maddening Cacophony. Oh, it's Magali. I know her artwork from anywhere. I saw this card and I'm like, it's Magali, right? Yes, it is. Each opponent mills 8 cards. If the spell was kicked instead, each opponent mills half their library rounded up. Ugh, that's gross. Okay, that gave me like a gut roll reaction, so this card's pretty good. In limited, this is disgusting. That's disgusting. Oh, I feel sorry for people playing against mono blue mill in, or just mill cards in Commander. Holy crap. That card sucks. Oof, anyway. 4 mana, Master of Winds. When this enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Cool. And if you cast an instant, sorcery, or wizard spell, you may have Master of Winds. Base power and toughness become 4/1 or 1/4 until end of turn. That's kind of neat. It's a little strange, like playing Hopsy Doozy, whatever, but, you know, it's a pretty neat card. I like that. Cool. Merfolk Falconer. 4/4 for 5. And if you cast a kicked spell, scry 2. Yeah, I like that. That's solid. Limited, solid. Not so much constructed. I'm also mostly looking at these cards from like a limited perspective because that's what I always like going to first. If I see something that looks really strong for constructed, then I'll point it out. Merfolk Wind Robber. Hey, bud. When this deals combat damage to a player, the player mills a card. Gross. Rude. Sacrifice it, draw a card. Activate this ability only if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Cool. So once you've done your thing, dunk. Is that Emrakul behind him? Looks like it. Then it finds your card if it can't get through defenses and stuff. I think that's kind of neat for a mill deck, and it's a rogue, so sweet. Demir Rogues, yeah. Counter target non-creature spell. I'm not sure if this one's good, guys. I'm not sure if this one's good. We'll have to see. Please note the sarcasm. Nimble Trap Finder. Hey, buddy. You look like you got caught in a trap with all your armor. What the hell? Nimble Trap Finder can't be blocked if you control... Oh, sorry, if you had another cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Cool. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, you get whenever... What? Creatures you control get whenever this creature deals combat damage, draw a card until end of turn. That's neat. I like this. Yeah, I like this card. I like this card with the Dimir 4-mana guy. That can just be like, oh, I have someone enter the battlefield, and then you can like ninjutsu the cards out and then wham. Although, I think they do similar things. They draw a card. Oh, no. So the other guy draws a card. This one, you need a full party for that. That's kind of sweet. Yeah, this card's very good. I like it. I'd play that in both. Risen Riptide. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, Risen Riptide has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. Are changelings a full party? No. No, they are not. If you have 4 of them, they are a full party. 1 changeling is not a full party. Roost of Drakes. 1 mana enchantment. When this enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you create a 2/2 with flying. 2/2 Drake. Whenever you cast a kick spell, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature with flying. That's pretty good for kicker payoff. If you're playing a kicker deck, sure, play this. Why not? But it can be counted as any one of them, correct? Yes. It can be either or. It can't be all. Either or, not all. Rune Crab. Hey, buddy. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. This, with Song of Creation and lands? Gross. Gross. Seagate Stormcaller. When this enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with... Okay, wait, hang on. Blah. Brain. When Seagate Stormcaller enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 2 or less you cast this turn when you cast it. If this was kicked, copy that spell twice instead. You may choose new targets for this copy. That seems like way too much effort. Okay, it's a 2 mana 2/1. It doesn't have flash, so you can't do any shenanigans there. You play it. Copy the next instant or sorcery you cast this turn. If you kicked it, you can copy it twice. Good for Storm? Okay, good for Storm. Not good for Standard, I don't think. Avoid this one. 2/3. Seafloor Stalker. Gets +1/0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. This ability costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Okay. So you can have that. You can have this be, instead of 5 mana, you can have this be 1 mana. That's pretty good. So you can have a 3/3 unblockable if you have a full party. Cool. That's good in Vintage? Yes. Good in Vintage, I'm sure. Good in older formats? Not for Standard. Someone will try and make it happen, though. Shell Shield. Kicker 1. Target creature you control gets +0/+3 until end of turn. If the spell was kicked, that creature also gains hexproof. So this is just the worst dive down, in essence. Like, you can have 1/2 of dive down or the full dive down for double the price. Yay. Fine in a blue deck, I suppose. Mono blue tempo, aggro, whatever you call it. Or like Azorius Auras, maybe. Skyclave Plunder. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is 3 plus the number of creatures in your party. Put 3 of those cards into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. So you can look up to 7 cards. Yeah, okay. I can dig it. That card's pretty good with party friends. At worst, it's draw 3. Yeah. Well, it's kind of not scry. Look at 3, get 3. Or choose 3 out of 7 if you're lucky. Not bad. Mobdrazar, thank you very much for the 3 months, my friend. Welcome back. You got a new badge, friendo. Skyclave Squid. Defender, landfall, 3/2 for 2 mana. Ooh. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Skyclave Squid can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know why, but that tickles my fancy. Sure-footed Infiltrator. Tap another untapped rogue you control. Sure-footed Infiltrator can't be blocked this turn. When this deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Sweet! More of that. I don't dig the tap thing. I think there's better unblockable rogue friendos. But still having the ability to tap one that can't be blocked. Can't be unblockable. It's decent. Decent in mill deck, not the top pick though for it. Merfolk Wizard, Tazim Royal Mage. When this enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target instant or sorcery card from your hand to your graveyard. Sorry, from your graveyard to your hand. From your hand to your graveyard. That's a 2/1 for 1. Sorry, 2/1 for 2. Or a 2/1 for 6. That gets you a instant or sorcery back. Okay, we've seen similar cards. It's fine for a common. Thieving Skydiver, Kicker, X. X can't be 0. When this enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with converted mana cost X or less. If the artifact is in equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. That's cool and limited. I like that. That's pretty nice. Flying 2/1 for 2 that can steal your shit. I don't like it. Probably wouldn't play this in... maybe like sideboard card if you're playing rogues and you need to steal artifacts. Like depending on what the artifact lay of the land looks like. Is there any codes that can get you gems? Not that I know of, friend. Windrider Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant sorcerer wizard spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. It's a flyer for 3 mana. It's a 2/2. With a little bit of plus side or upside. Yeah, sure. Fine. That's fine as a common, uncommon. Overall, blue, pretty good. Blue is pretty good. I like the look of that more than the white stuff. Right? Black. I'm back in black. I think from what I saw, I like the look of the black cards, but let's have a look. Acquisitions Expert. Enters the battlefield. Target opponent reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party. Ah, okay. You choose one of those cards. That player discards that card. Okay. That's pretty cool. Alright. Party. This is kind of like it's like a combination between Kitesail Freebooter and like the rats that make you discard stuff. Yeah, burglar rats. Kind of good. It's like, I like this. Neat. What's a button fit cowboy? How are you? You're saying Zulaport switched from black to blue? Oh, this card was a black card previously? Oh, that's neat. Blood Beckoning. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If the spell was kicked, instead return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Sure, fine. You always need some of those cards in limited, so I can dig it. Alright, let's see. Blood Price. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You lose 2 life. That's kind of like Dominaria card. Chat, help me out here. What's the Dominaria card? Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest at the bottom of your library. And in the order you lose 2 life. This card's nice. I like it. Blood Price. Deal? No, not deal. Are you thinking bad? No, it's not bad deal. What's the full name of that card? Dark Bargain, there we go. Bark Dargan, thank you. Kind of like that. But maybe a bit better? Not sure. Blood Chief's Thirst. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with CMC 2 or less. If the spell was kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. I like this card. I like this card a lot. I think this is gonna be... oh man, this is gonna be in standard as well, I believe. Because it's so good. Early it's great. You find it late, you're happy about it. It's not like you have to play Eliminate and something else. It does the same thing, right? In the same slot. So, I like this one. Okie dokie. Next. Coveted Prize. This spell costs 1 less to cost for each creature in your party. Okay. So, this can be paid for 1 black if you have everything. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If you have a full party, you may cast that spell with CMC 4 or less without paying its mana cost. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I like that. I like that a lot. It's like, I need to go find something. So, imagine this. Like, okay, the more I look at the party stuff, the more I'm like, okay, this could actually be a pretty decent deck. Granted, it's all creatures, and they're all going to die to removal. But this card, I like this one. I'm going to give this a good old thumbs up. I think that's the first thumbs up I've given. Deadly Alliance. Oh, you all just stab him? At 2 Brute. Poor Caesar. The spell costs 1 is the cost for each creature in your party. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Fine. It's removal. If you don't have any party members, it's still 5 mana. Destroy a thing. That's good. Limited, good. Demon's Disciple. Human Cleric enters the battlefield. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. So kind of like Plaguecrafter. Yeah, that's good. Drawn of the Last Blood Chief. Be good, be good. Flying. Whenever this attacks, defending player chooses a non-legendary creature card in their graveyard. You return the card to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Ah! The creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please in an aristocrat's deck. Yes. I like that. And it's vampire, so I'm going to put that in my vampire deck, and that makes me very, very, very happy. I like that one. Good. Drawn a Silencer. When this enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. I like the text here. Hush. It's just hush. That's pretty sweet. Yep, this card's meh. It's meh. Demon's Disciple. What do you do, friendo? Whenever a land controls the battlefield, yes. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, this gains indestructible until end of turn. A 5/4 for 5. Yeah, I like that. Unlimited, yeah, I like that. I beat you to it. Sorry. Expedition Skulker, a 2/2 for 2. Has death touch as long as you control another rogue. Sweet, I like it. Could be good for a rogue deck. Not sure. Jerry's out on that one. Feed the Swarm. Yes, this is a good one. Destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to the permanent CMC. Yes, we like this card a lot because... Why do we like this card a lot, children? Repeat after me. Exactly that. Yes. We like this because black doesn't have any targeted enchantment removal. It's got Freakus Libation and forces a sacrifice. That's about it. Yes. So just repeat after me what I just said there. And all. And this is a very good card for black. Highborn Vampire. It's terrible. It's a 4/3 for 4. Don't touch that. Inscription of Ruin. Right, choose one. If the spell was kicked, choose any number instead. Oh, so each of the colors get one of these? What was the white one? Was there a white one? Because I remember the blue one. Was there a white one? Wow, I've already forgotten the white stuff. Oh well. There wasn't one? There isn't one for white. Okay. Okay, never mind then. It wasn't forgettable. Okay. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Return target creature card with CMC 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Destroy target... Oh, wait, hang on. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Okay, so you got Mind Rot. You've got a worse Call of the Death Dweller. And you've got Murder. Kind of. Or a worse Eliminate. I'm not sold on that one. I think the other one was better. Lithoform Blight. Enchants a land. When this enchants a land or enters the battlefield, draw a card. Loses all land types and has the ability to add 1 or pay 1 to add 1 mana of any color. Ah, that's kind of neat. Ooh, I love the art on this card. I think the first time I saw it on stream, I was like, yeah, guys, this art is fantastic. From your veins to mine. When this enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Sure. Give me a pretty nice little drain. Also, I like the card art, so this card gets extra points. Marauding Blight Priest. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Yes. I like that in like a... So you got the white 1 from this set. The 1/4. And then you got this. That pings. Okay, they're kind of doing the same job as like the Cruel Celebrant did. Sort of. Or the Corpse Knight, you know, those kinds of creatures. But yeah, I'd play this in a Aristocrats deck. Seems pretty cool with Veto as well. Mind Carver. When this enters the battlefield attached to target creature you control, it gets +1/0, and it gets +3/+1 instead, as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. So this is good for the rogues, rogue mill stuff. I like the sound of that. So you beat the crap out of your opponent because they've milled a bunch of cards. Mind Drain. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. It's a better Mind Rot. Sure. Yeah, sure. Ooh, Nighthawk Scavenger. This looks cool. Flying Death Touch and Lifelink. This card I already like the look of because it's reminiscent of 2 other cards in Magic, right? It's like 2 of them put together. I remember this moon from one of the vampires in my Sorin deck. Sorry, not Sorin. Edgar deck. Nighthawk Scavenger's power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among cards in your opponent's graveyards. Vampire Nighthawk, yes, thank you. That's the one. I like it. This is a very cool card. I dig it. Yes, Vampire and Nighthawk, all grown up. Vampire Rogue, good in a rogue deck, and good in a mill deck, so very good. Nimana Skittersneak. As long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, this gets +1/0 and has Menace. So you get a 4/4 for 4 with Menace if stuff's got things in the bin. Sure. Good for rogues. I like it. Nimana's Sky Dancer. Flash and flying 2/1 for 3. When this enters the battlefield, opponent mills 2 cards. Sweet. I like a 2/1 for 3 in limited. What are you? Vampire Cleric. Menace and Lifelink. When Null Priest of Oblivion enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to your battlefield. So for 6, you get a 2/1 that returns a creature card to the battlefield. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but that's pretty good. Oblivion's Hunger. Indulge in the void. Become the void. Consume all you touch. Nice. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Draw a card if that creature has a 1/1 counter on it. So +1/+1 counters seem to be trying to be a thing in black. Cool. So indestructible and card draw if you're playing with counters. That seems good. Scion of the Swarm. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Scion of the Swarm. What the hell? He's like flying with crab legs and freaking hornets. This is weird. This could get pretty silly in like a purely life gain deck. It's expensive though. I just don't like how expensive it is, but you know, for an uncommon I suppose it's fine. Scourge of the Skyclaves. When you cast a spell, if it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. Scourge of the Skyclaves power and toughness are equal to 20 minus the highest life total among players. My brain didn't engage any of that. Hang on. So for 2 mana, when you cast a spell, if it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. Okay, so you kick it. So for 7, you can make each player lose half their life. Cool. Scourge of the Skyclaves power and toughness are equal to 20 minus the highest life total among players. So it could be a 0/0. It could be a 15/15. Okay. I kind of like that in a drain deck. Death Shadow's little brother. It could be -20. That is true. Alright, so just hope you're not playing against a lifelink deck and you're golden. Shadow Stinger. Tap another untapped rogue you control. Gains Death Touch until end of turn. Nice. I like 1/4 bodies with Death Touch. Whenever this deals combat damage, that player mills 3 cards. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty neat. Shadow's Verdict. Exile all creatures and planeswalkers with CMC 3 or less from the battlefield, and all creatures and planeswalkers with converted mana cost 3 or less from all graveyards. Bye, Uro. And Croxa. And anything else you might possibly want to bring back with Lurrus. Oh, that's just like a Fook you card. Yeah, I like that. Big Orange Kitten, thank you for the prime sub, my friend. That's a cool card. I like it. Nice. Thumbs up. Skyclave Shade. What are you? This can't block. It's a 3/1 for 2. Okay. If this was kicked, it ends with 2 1/1 counters on it. So you can have a 5/3. Whenever a land enters, if it's in your graveyard, you make a what? Wait. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if this is in your graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's pretty neat. Can you kick things from your graveyard? Thanks, Hatcher. You enjoy listening to my work. I appreciate you. That's part of the casting cost? Okay, sweet. Skyclave Shadowcat. Sacrifice another creature. Put a 1/1 counter on Skyclave Shadowcat. We're getting another cat for sack? Woo! Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, draw a card. If this was cheaper, I'd like it a lot more. So you can play it, munch on something, become a 4/4. Keep munching on stuff. Keep adding counters. It's a big cat. Big cat horror. I'm not convinced. I want to see that in action before I make my final judgment on that. So that's a TBD. Soul Shadow. That's cool art, man. I like that. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with highest CMC among other... What? Highest CMC among creatures and planeswalkers they control. Bye, Ugin. Wha-boom! Die. A creature... Oh, man, I'd love it if this said creature and planeswalker. But that would be a little bit too OP, I think. Subtle Strike. Choose one or both. Target creature gets -1/-1 till end of turn. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Choose one or both. Yeah, I'd choose both. That card's pretty good. I like that. Tabarax. Hope's Demise. You look dodgy. I like the wings on this guy. This is sweet. So, flying, 2/2 for 3, has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more 1/1 counters on it. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Tabarax. If that creature was a cleric, you may draw a card. If you do, you lose 1 life. I want to put this in my Taser deck. It's a really good cleric payoff, but even just for a sacrifice deck, that's sweet. Nice. I like this card. This card's great. Very good. Thwart the Grave. 1 list to cost for each party member. Return target creature card and up to 1 target cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard card from your graveyard to a battlefield. Nice. Sweet. So good payoff there. Or good recursion for party decks. Vanquish the weak. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. It's just a worse eliminate. Good in good in limited, sorry. Alright, overall. Akum Hellhound. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akum Hellhound gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I'm gonna say that every time I cast this card. It's a 0/1 for 1 red mana that becomes a 2/3 when you play a land. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's an angry dog. I like it. That's a good doggo. Ardent Electromancer. Enters the battlefield. Add 1 red for each creature in your party. You can do mono red party. Maybe. Otherwise it's kind of just meh. Cinderclasm. Kicker. 1 red. Cinderclasm deals 1 damage to each creature. If it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to each creature instead. Oh. Okay, that's kind of nice. It's good, like, all-round catch-all for decks. I'm just thinking of, like, the historic goblin deck. Being able to either just pay 2 or you pay 3 to deal 2 damage. That seems pretty good. And it's instant, so nice. I like that. Good deck. Good card. Nice sweep. Cleansing Wildfire. That's a nice looking card. Look how pretty that is. Destroy target land as controllers may search for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. You draw a card. It's cheap. It's cheap land kill. I think this might be a sideboard card against pesky lands. I like it. I think that's pretty good. Expedition Champion gets +2/0 as long as you control another warrior, so you can have a 4/3 for 3 mana. In a warrior deck, sure. I don't know how good warriors are going to be, but sure. Fireblade Charger. As long as Fireblade Charger is equipped, it has haste. Ooh, 0. Sorry, 1 mana, 1/1. When this dies, it deals damage. Oh, when this dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Right, so hear me out, chat. Hear me out. This, plus that blue spell, plus that big ol' hammer. Yes. And then you snack on it or throw it or something. Yes. Someone please make that deck for me. Someone give me this equipment deck where it's just ridiculous amounts of goofiness. 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana. Yeah, the 10/10 hammer. So you just stick the 10/10 hammer onto this with that. Or does it have to? What is that other spell? The blue one? I'm excited. Unless I'm forgetting how that blue spell works. Where it says you can equip a... The hammer's going out of rotation. Historic, man. But that is fun. That is fun. Fisher Wizard. When this enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Sure. 2/1 for 2. I'll play that. Goma Fada Vanguard. When this attacks, target creature an opponent controls with power less than or equal to the number of warriors you control can't block this turn. In multiples, that's pretty good. Nice little no blocky for you. Yeah, sure. Warrior deck, go for it. Growtag Bugcatcher. Ugh. When this attacks, it's got Trample. It gets +1/0 until end of turn for each creature in your party. Everyone grab a leg. Nice. Yeah, it's not super exciting. I think there's better party members, but that's pretty sweet. Growtag Nightrunner. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Yeah, if you can make this unblockable somehow, that's not too bad. Not sure if Grixis Rogues is going to be a thing, but potentially. Inordinate Rage. This looks like a good Twitch emote. Target creature gets +3/2 until end of turn. Scry. Sure. That's fine. You'd play that unlimited. Kargan Intimidator. Cowards can't block warriors. Cowards can't block warriors. Okay. For 1 mana, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Okay, so you can go 1. Kargan Intimidator gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Another 1. Target creature becomes a coward until end of turn. Another 1. Target creature trap. This is a cool card. I like this. I like this a lot. That's so cool. I like that card. It's got such nice flavor. Oh, hey, Leyland Tyrant. Apparently you're a good one. Right. Flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. When this dies, you may pay any amount of red. When you do, it deals that much damage to any target. Interesting. That seems good. A 4/4 for 4. There's some shenanigans waiting for this one, I'm sure. Magmatic Channeler. As long as there are 4 or more instants or sorceries in your graveyard, this is +3/+1. Nice. Discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library, then choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. Not without paying its mana cost, so you can play it. Okay. So either land or spell. Okay. That's a really cool card art as well. I like that. This is broken? Yeah, this seems good. So it's a 4/4 for 2 mana. That's insane. Exile the top 2 cards of your library and choose one of them. You may play them. It's Goyf-like? Yeah. That seems really good. I like the look of that. Alright. And I have a puppy on my lap, so if you hear any squirming or squealing or squawking, squawking would be this chicken that she kills. That's it. Yeah. Alright, cool. Where were we? Molten Blast. Deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker, destroy target artifact. It's pretty cool. It's no Abrade, but it could be Abrade if it's not targeting a planeswalker, so that's pretty neat. Abrade also does 3 to a creature, but 2 to a planeswalker could be useful. Maybe limited sideboard card. Otherwise, it's kind of expensive to deal 2 damage to a creature. Oh, what are you? Morrogue, Fury of Akum. Akum of Doom. Don't lick my desk, pupper. Each creature you control gets +1/0 for each time it has attacked this turn. Oh. Oh, I was about to say, wait a minute. And then I see the landfall ability. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. Nice. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, if it's your main phase, there's an additional... So, Fabled Passage just like... Whoop, 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 whoop. This guy looks dumb, guys. This seems very good. This is a very, very, very good card. Am I casting tomorrow? I sure am. That's why I don't want to go on too longer. In case my voice gets all fucky. I swore. That is a big boy, yes. Nahiri's Lithoforming. Sacrifice X lands for each land you sacrifice that way. Draw a card. You may play X additional lands this turn. Lands you control enter the battlefield tapped this turn. For each land sacrificed this way, draw a card. You may play X additional lands this turn. Lands you control enter the battlefield tapped this turn. Good for landfall decks. Red Scape Shift, yeah. Cool art too. Landfall could be pretty crazy, yeah. Looks neat. What you doing, Oogie? Yeah. Have a good chew on that. When this enters the battlefield, you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. When you do, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Man, that card... What is that card called? The red-green... Pick up a land, the 2/5? Like, that could be pretty good with a landfall deck. That's what made me think of it. This card is kind of like, yeah, sure. It's fine as a big dum-dum in red for... what's it called? For limited, but yeah, that's about it. Nom nom nom. Chicken's getting killed, chat. Alright, what's next? Relic Robber. This guy looks very pleased with himself. Haste. Whenever Relic Robber deals combat damage to a player, the player creates a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token with this creature can't block. And at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. I love it. This card is fantastic. I love this so much. I want to play this. Here, you take it. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery... Hot potato? Yeah. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery wizard spell, Rock Slide Sorcerer deals 1 damage to any target. Sure. I can dig it. That seems pretty good. Nom nom nom. There's a dog eating a chicken on my lap. That seems good. It's kind of like a Mayhem Devil... for spells. Royal Eruption. For 2 mana, it deals 3 damage to any target. Ooh. If this spell was kicked, it deals 5 damage instead. Ooh. Lightning Strikes Back. Just better. Kind of. Just an extra ping damage, yeah. Neat. Only sorcery though? Damn it! You just ruined all my fun. Never mind. I take that back. Otherwise, yeah, that's nice. Good finisher if you're sitting there like flooding out or whatever. Good finisher and limited. Roiling Vortex. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Roiling Vortex deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, this deals 5 damage to that player. Your opponents can't gain life this turn. Oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. I kind of like this. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell. But there's quite a... yeah, it's a bit late for the Fires deck, isn't it? But, that certainly would stop those kinds of effects, or, you know, you can play these cards for free without paying their mana costs, and it's just like... Sure. It's very specific, nopes. Scavenged Blade. When this enters the battlefield, attaches to target creature you control. Your equipped creature gets +2/0. Sure. Nothing spectacular. When this enters the battlefield, Scorch Rider. If it was kicked, it gains haste until end of turn. Could be a good finisher in limited. Otherwise, not spectacular. It's just kind of like, meh, you know. Oh, I really need a hasty threat. Good thing I have 6 mana lying around to hit you with a 4/3. Woo! Kind of feels bad when you look at it like that. Meh. Shatter Skull Charger. Trample Haste. It's a 4/3 for 3. If this was kicked, it enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it, or a 5/4 for 5. Beginning of end step. If it doesn't... Oh! At the beginning of end step, if this doesn't have a 1/1 counter on it, return it to its owner's hand. You know, I don't even hate that you have to return it. That could actually be quite cool. If you're worried about a board wipe or something, you just keep paying 3 each turn. And back out. And back out. That's kind of cool. I like that. Shattered Skull Minotaur. This is a party one. The Hasty Bro for 6. If you have party friends, though, the Hasty Bro for 2. That's kind of good. That's kind of good. Sizzling Barrage deals 4 damage to target creature that blocked this turn. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that. That's good removal in limited. Skyglaive Geopede. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, it's +2/+2 until end of turn. You having a good chew on that chicken, my puppy? Yes, you are. Whenever land enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+2 on turn. Okay, so you can be a 5/3? 5/3 with Trample for 3. That's not bad. That's not bad. In an aggressive deck, that's pretty sweet. Sneaking Guide. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Nice. Good little enabler. I like this for the evasive part of the brave drafting whatnot. That's pretty good. Spitfire Legacy. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, Spitfire Legacy deals 1 damage to each opponent. If you hear a choking sort of cough, it's about to get really hot. Nice. Yeah, that's fine for landfall if you're drafting it. Otherwise, it's kind of meh. If you're making a very landfall specific deck, I don't know if like you're ever going to be playing creatures like this, but yeah, in limited, that's cool. Synchronized Spellcraft deals 4 damage to target creature and X damage. Hello, Whisper. Now I have Whisper looking at the dog, chewing the chicken on my lap. Baby girl. Okay, 4 damage to target creature and X to that creature's controller, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Yeah. It's fine. Nothing spectacular. Teeter-Peek Ambusher gets +2/0 until end of turn. So it's a 1/3 for 3. Sorry, 1/3 for 2. And then for 3 mana it becomes a 3/3. If it got something else, maybe, but... Yeah, it's good mana dump, I suppose, but... Thundering Rebuke deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I like this. I like this a lot. For 2 mana, deal 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker? Hell yeah. Give me that. Kind of like Lava Coil, but you can smack a planeswalker too, which I like. Please don't chew my desk, my girl. Thundering Spark Mage. When Thundering Spark Mage enters the battlefield, deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of creatures in your party. 2/2 for 4 mana. Me no likey. Tormenting Voice. This is a reprint. As an additional cost to cast this card, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Sure, seems fine. Don't chew my hair, dog. Tuk Tuk Rubblefort. Defender. Reach. Creatures you control have haste. That's kind of cool. Defender with reach. Creatures you control have haste. Yeah, I like that, actually. That's pretty good. For limited, that's sweet, man. And then Valakut Exploration. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that as long as it remains exiled. At the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled with this card, put them into their owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. So you can play it, or you can use it and just boom, smack in the schnoz. Red randomly gets reach now, huh? I mean, well... Sure, why not? Red's got reach, but archers don't. Thank you. You squeeze that chicken, my little girl. Last one for red, Wayward Guide Beast. Oh yeah, the 2/2 for 1 red mana with Trample and Haste. When this deals combat damage to a player, return a land card you control to its owner's hand. So, one red mana down. Wayward Guide Beast. Smack. Bring the land back. If we need to, for whatever reason. This is a good landfall enabler, maybe. Yeah, I mean, Robber the Rich has a thing. This is gonna be a good 1-drop for... Bad Goblin Guide? I mean, I think it's good for landfall. I think it's good for landfall. But yes, that is gonna conclude the white to red version or section of this guide, friends. I'm gonna give my voice a bit of a break. Tomorrow we'll go through green. Look at all this green to go through. The multicolored friends and the artifacts, as well as the lands and the double face cards. The MDFs, or Myrtle Double... I don't freaking know what they're called. But yes, we'll go through all that nonsense tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. Just gonna give my voice a bit of a break. And yeah, let me know from those that we've seen so far, what is your most favorite card that we've had a look at so far. Red, I think, is kind of tied with... I still think black's got the coolest stuff. I think red is just after black. I'm just looking at it like, you know, per color. I'm not looking at all the gold cards just yet, but yeah. I think red's got some fun stuff in there too. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube, which card you're most excited to play. We'll get through green, the multicoloreds, and the artifacts tomorrow, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, do all those things, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Yes.